Hey everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 12 fragrance mist dents from Bath Bodyworks. Mine do change quite frequently. I go through mists really quickly, so I may start doing these types of videos a couple times a year so you can see kind of what I've been wearing and loving. I did say this was a top 12, but I do have an honorable mention here. I got this one really recently, and this one actually has the same amount of product that my number 12 has. This one is the Sweetheart Cherry. This is such a sweet cherry fragrance, and they made such a sweet, gorgeous gourmand scent out of this one. It kind of reminds me of ice cream. The fragrance notes on this one are wild cherry, crushed pistachio, and whipped vanilla. Super yummy, super craveable, and it kind of reminds me of something. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it is so good, and this is actually my most recent body mist purchase. So I used this much, which is already a quarter of the bottle, within the last week or two. I am just loving this fragrance, but it was a Valentine's release, so you may still be able to get your hands on this one, and it is just so good. My number 12, with the same amount of product as the last one, is Carried Away. This one is also a pretty recent purchase, maybe not the purchase before that one, but maybe the purchase before. So this one was also super recent, and this one, I really like this, even though it is kind of a floral fragrance. It is a little bit sweet fruity, but I feel like it's very crisp, clean, and bright. The fragrance notes on this one is lush raspberries, juicy pear nectar, white jasmine, and whipped vanilla. I really feel like that white floral really rounds everything out and makes it that crisp, clean fragrance. I have compared this one in the past to Beautiful Day by Bath Body Works. I feel like it is a sister fragrance, that it is a very nice, fruity, fresh, clean scent, but it's also floral and fruity, sweet, yummy. So I definitely really like this one, even though I'm not really a floral girly. I'm kind of picky about my florals. I really like this one. This one was also on my February fragrance tray, as well as this next one, which is my number 11. This one is Youre The One. This is actually another floral heavy type of fragrance. It's very perfumey, very girly. This one has fragrance notes of white birch, velvety rose, and a drop of strawberry nectar. I have said this before, but I feel like that drop of strawberry nectar is actually at the top of the fragrance notes. I feel like it is a very sweet, strawberry-ish scent, but it is very rose heavy as well. So it's a very sweet, fruity rose, and it's just really nice. I feel like the birch just rounds it all out, and it makes for a really nice fragrance. Definitely very perfumey and girly though. Coming up at number 10, I have the Iced Lemon Pound Cake. This one is definitely a super sweet, yummy, gourmand fragrance. I fell in love with this one. I've actually used a full bottle of this one, and this one was my backup. I am almost a third of the way through this one, and this one has fragrance notes of sugary glazed icing, pure lemon zest, and fluffy pound cake. Super sweet, nearing cloying, and this one is super craveable. Love this one. My number 9 is actually one that I don't really love anymore. This one is Into the Night. Now, that is not to say this is not a lovely, brilliant fragrance. I do absolutely love this fragrance. It's just not lovely on me anymore. I like it more maybe around the house, but I am just trying to use this one up. I do have another backup of this one that I will probably de-stash. This does have a really nice fragrance profile though. It is very complex, and it's sweet and good. It just feels kind of mature, but not vintage mature, just kind of grown and sexy. It's so good. The fragrance notes are raspberry noir, amber crystals, velvety rose petals, creamy patchouli, and mocha musk. So it's definitely more complex. It's got a little more going on, and it is a nice one. I'm just not as attracted to it as I once was. Number 8 is definitely one of my faves from them right now. This one is the Wild Sand. This one is part of a duo, the Sand and Sea duo. Definitely absolutely gorgeous fragrances. This one has fragrance notes of prickly pear fruit, cactus flower, and warm agave nectar. To me, that makes it sound really soft, airy, sweet, and delicate. That is not what this fragrance is at all. This is a strong heavy hitter for me. Definitely warm, sandy. If bronze could be a fragrance note, that would definitely be in there. It definitely smells super summery and warm. It doesn't smell tropical by any means. A deserty fragrance definitely is more like it with these cactus and prickly pear notes. That is more of a deserty vibe, I suppose. But it doesn't smell floral. It just smells so good. It's almost kind of musky and deep. So hard to describe, but so easy to love. I absolutely adore this one. And I actually grabbed the perfume in this fragrance because of how much I just adore it. Coming in at number 7. This is another super fresh, fruity fragrance. This one is actually kind of surprising because I don't really wear this one often, but I definitely crave it in my ambient zone. So what I mean is, like, sometimes I will do a couple sprays, boom, 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 and then I will boom, 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 all the way around me too, to kind of give that ambient zone that scent. And I really love this one. It's just so crisp, but it's also fruity, it's fresh, it's bright, it's poppy. I just adore this one. This one is the Champagne Apple and Honey. This one is usually a fall fragrance, but to me, I feel like this can go through any season. It just smells super good, super fresh, almost bubble bathy. I mean, it's that crisp and fresh. So I definitely really enjoy this one. Think really crisp and fresh with like a hint of fruity. Super good. The fragrance notes are crisp apple, sparkling champagne, jasmine honey, and autumn woods. This one is one of those that has that sparkling champagne note. I do not smell effervescence in this one at all, like the champagne toast or the bubbly rosé or any of those fragrances. So it's definitely more of a crisp one. This next one is another super sweet, good gourmand scent. Now, you would think this one would be floral heavy, and it is, but not in the way you would expect. This one has fragrance notes of candied rose, raspberry swirl, and frosted bundt cake. I feel like the bundt cake is front and center. It is definitely very cakey and sweet. I love the way this one smells, but this is another one I really like in my ambient zone. It is just so good. And this is one I could totally spray all over the house and just fall in love. I would love this in home fragrance. It's so, so yummy. Another really craveable one. Coming up at number 5 is Dark Kiss. This is a long time favorite. It is absolutely a gorgeous fragrance, and I keep reaching for it. It is just so relaxing, and it feels like such a nice scent. This one has a really nice complex fragrance profile, and this one does stick really nice as well. The fragrance notes are black raspberry, burgundy rose, bergamot incense, dark vanilla bean, and plum musk. Now, with the fragrance notes described the way they are, I really think that was craftful. This is a very deep, dark type of fragrance. It is very sultry. I love this one. It is sweet, it is deep, it is craveable, but not in a gourmand way. I just cannot stop reaching for this, and this has got to be my 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't know how many bottles I have gone through this one through the years, and this one is less than half full. Coming in at number 4, I have backups of this one, and I love it so much. I have been wearing this since summer and cannot stop wearing it. This one is the Endless Sea. This is the one that goes with the Wild Sand. So this was the other piece to the duo, and I really enjoy this one. I feel like it is really bright and fresh, but it does have that aquatic vibe. It almost has a fruity vibe because it's got a zingy note to it. It's so hard to describe, but it's so easy to love. This one has fragrance notes of fresh bergamot, saltwater lily, and ocean driftwood. The driftwood definitely comes in strong. It does have that woody note to it, but it's also very bright, fresh, vibrant. I love, love, love this one. This one is currently in my project Use It Up, and yeah, I definitely really enjoy this one. This one is maybe a quarter of the way full. Coming in at number 3, we have Fireside Flurries. Now this is a heavy hitter, and this one has a fragrance profile of almost a deep smoky vanilla. It's super sweet and it overtakes the room for those of us who can't smell a scent on ourselves after 10 minutes. So this is one of those super lovely fragrances. It's also one that I really like around in my ambiance zone. It is so good, but it has like a smokiness to it. It's deep and it almost gives like a masculinity to it because of the smokiness. It's really interesting and I really like it, but I don't want to run out of it. So even though this one only has like a quarter left, I might keep it that way until I can get a backup, because this one is one I definitely wouldn't want to run out of. This is probably one that would give a nice deep base to those fragrances that really just need to be layered to be enjoyed. I love this one, and this one has fragrance notes of toasted marshmallow. That's where you get that smokiness from, and that vanilla. I don't know what the light's doing right now, but it needs to quit. This one has pink lavender and cashmere woods as well. I definitely get that woodiness in there, and with that smoky like vanilla-y scent, it's just so good and craveable. I think the woods is what gives it that hint of masculinity as well. And coming in at number 2 is a similar profile. Super sweet, super girly, but with that hint of masculinity. This one is Midnight Spell. This one came out around Halloween, and this one, oh my goodness, I definitely have really enjoyed this one. I have already gone through a bottle of this one, and this is one of the backups. This is definitely one of those more mysterious, dark, deep type of scents. This one has fragrance notes of mystic air, moonlit woods, and crystal amber, and I am definitely one that loves those amber notes. So this one's definitely a really deep, sensual one. I definitely enjoy, love it. Definitely another one I don't want to run out of. This is another one that is in my project Use It Up though, because I have been enjoying it so much. In this one, I only have about a quarter left in this bottle. And last, but certainly not least, is my very favorite Bath Body Works fragrance right now. This one just seems to suit me so well. Like, I get a lot of compliments on this one. This one is Indigo Dreams. This one is not mentioned enough. I haven't heard many people talking about this one, and I love this one. It is a very soft, airy, delicate skin scent type of fragrance, but oh my goodness, it projects. It's so good. The fragrance notes are bergamot water, glowing amber, and warm musk. So it's definitely super soft and airy, but for me, it's like the perfect skin scent. It really feels like a luxurious vacation. It kind of smells like a luxury suntan lotion, but also like a high-end fragrance. It just smells so good, and it's really hard to describe, but it's definitely one that I have come to fall in love with. So it is no wonder it takes my number 1 spot. I have been through multiple bottles of it, can't get enough. But these are all the fragrances that I'm super loving right now. If there's anything that you're really liking right now, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'd really be curious if we had any of the same ones. Most of the ones that I mentioned today are super recent, within the past year or so. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. But that's it for this one, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until next time, friends, thanks so much for hanging with me.